going on, nation? It's DanielJon and I hope you guys are all good. I hope you're okay back there. I hope you're okay. I hope you're all good. Now, got a question on Instagram the other day. I posted a photo. If you can see that there, I don't know if it's going to focus. But basically I posted a photo of me dropping the barbell at a height from doing deadlifts. The barbell bounced. I captioned it as, in midair, as I can make things levitate to dynamo. It got quite a lot of likes, and it also got a very good question attached to that picture. Now, that is the question I'm going to answer today. It is about bulking, and this specific question does apply to me, and it may apply to many of you. And I did answer this guy back, but I said I was going to do a video on it anyway. Now, basically, he says, "Hey Daniel, I have a question. I'm currently bulking, but I'm having trouble eating a lot of food without feeling stuffed, and having to eat more at the moment. I was wondering, what would your advice be on this topic, and I would greatly appreciate your advice. Thank you." Now, the reason I say that it applies to me is because I too have just started bulking, and I'm struggling to eat. I'm struggling to get carbohydrates. You know, I'm finding myself at night eating things, you know, just to get my calories in. Now, over the last 4, 5, 6 weeks now I've been bulking, I have come up with some little tips and techniques that allow me to get my calories throughout the day, so when I go to bed I don't have to worry about eating or getting out of bed just to go and have some food to fill my caloric needs. Now, the first thing I'll start with is breakfast. Now, if I was you and you're struggling to eat, get the calories early in the morning. I start my day with a big breakfast. This morning I started with, I put it on Instagram, but I'll put it on the screen for you guys now. And if you do want to follow me on Instagram or any social media networks, all in the description for you guys to go and check out. Now, breakfast I started this morning with was 4 whole pieces of bread toasted in the toaster for roughly 2 minutes. Then I had 10 eggs. I took away 4 of the yolks, so I was left with 6 whole eggs, 4 egg whites, and then I just mashed all that up, scrambled that, put that in the on the toast, and then I had 200 grams of baked beans. Now that was a very high caloric meal, and I haven't got the macros to head, but if I got a chance I'll screenshot my MyFitnessPal and I'll put that on screen for you now, and that will just show you roughly the type of calories I'm getting in my first meal of the day. Now, alternatively, if you don't want to sit down and you want to have something that's more easy to prepare, then something like cornflakes. And the reason I say that is because cornflakes sit very light in your stomach, and they do fill you up with a decent amount of carbohydrates, but they are a lot lighter. Now, if you can handle something that's more caloric dense, then whole wheat oats, Quaker oats, porridge oats, whatever you prefer, oats with some wholemeal milk, chuck that in the microwave for a couple of minutes, take that out, add some honey, and you have got a decent meal right there. Delicious. You can add some honey to the cereals as well, you know, to the cornflakes. Excuse me, then I nearly forgot what I was talking about. But, you know, I'm just trying to give you some examples of what I would do. Now, there's my carbohydrate source for the morning. If I was going to have, you know, the Quaker oats, or I was going to have the cereals, I would have 2 scoops of protein powder with that, knocked up in a shaker. And the reason that is because I can't at the moment, maybe 3 months into my bulk I will be able to, but I can't at the moment sit down and have a big bowl of porridge oats and then a big bowl of eggs. So at the moment I'm just, you know, equaling it out to what I can do at the moment. Until my stomach adjusts, I adjust, and then I get bigger and bulkier and get fat. Because that's what I'm doing. Now, snacks. Now, these are going to become your best friend. If you're struggling to sit down and eat big meals such as breakfast, lunch and dinner, and you can't have no more time in the day to sit down and eat more meals, this is where snacks are going to become your best friend. Rice cakes, dried fruit, whole fruit, things like that are going to be things that are easy to grab while you're working. Maybe you're sitting at your desk in your office doing work. Maybe you can't go to the lunchroom and go and get something to put in the microwave. That's where these things are going to come in handy. Maybe you're a ground worker. Maybe you're digging a hole in the middle of a road and you've got roadworks all around you. There's no shops. Rice cakes, keep them in your lunch bag. Dried fruit, keep them in your lunch bag. Fruit, keep them in your lunch bag. Don't make them go bad though, because they will go funny very quickly in this summer heat. Now, what I mean by rice cakes, you can get rice cakes in all different flavours and varieties. I have caramel, salt and vinegar, cheese and onion, cheese. I have chocolate chip, things like that, so that your taste doesn't get too used to it, so that you don't get bored of it and then it becomes a chore of you having to ram it down your throat just to get your calories. That's why I keep a variety. Maybe I have 1 week caramel, 1 week chocolate chip, or I just go completely balls to the walls and have a lucky dip every single day. Put my hand in the jar. Today is this one, and that is what I do. But they are just some varieties. Dried fruit is one of the best as well because it's delicious, it's tasty, and it comes in all flavors and varieties, and mango is one of my favorite. Now, let's talk about lunches and dinners. Now, if you're going to have lunch and your dinners, then one of the best things you can have is egg noodles fresh. Now, the reason that is because very water packed, but it is delicious and it sits well in the stomach. Unlike your regular noodles or your regular rice, it doesn't actually bloat you as much as you think, as they would. However, you can have the same amount and you can actually eat more of the egg noodles than you would of, rice. Now, I'm not saying anything bad about rice because I eat a lot of it. So packets of rice, Uncle Ben's, Packers, things like that you can quickly tear off the top, chuck in the microwave for 2 minutes, pour it in a bowl and you're good to go. Or if you haven't got time to do that, chuck it in the microwave in the morning, put it in a bowl and eat it when you're at work. Whatever you can do, this is what you've got to do to get your caloric needs. So things like that, noodles that come pre-packed, all you've got to do is add some boiling hot water or some rices that you can chuck in the microwave and have them in between meals. You can have them with meals, but if you're bulking and you're struggling to get your calories, I would advise you having one whole pack with a meal. And the reason that is because it will make it easier at the end of the day when you come down to have dinner and you sit down at a dinner table and you haven't got to have a plate that's piled like a mountain. Some people like that, other people like myself can't quite handle that just yet. We're not beast mode, we're currently bitch mode in our diet. But these are my tips. I hope they've been helpful. Please let me know if they've been helpful, give me a thumbs up. And like I said, all social media networks are in the description. If you want to go and follow me, feel free to follow me. Take care, stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace! This comes from our buddy Ben, and he wants to know, he's been bulking for the last 8 months and he wants to start a cut. He says, does he have to maintain or does it not matter? And if so, how